Sat Sri Akal. Welcome to People's People with Upinder Randhawa. I always say that adventure is not outside, it's within. It's in yourself, your adventure yourself. Today, I've got such a great personality, a great gentleman here in the studio with me. Well, he knows it. His name is Kevin Brown. I'm sure lots of you out there, you know Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown, he's a world champion. He's a discus thrower. He's an Olympian, also 4 times world record holder. He's a Jamaican games record holder. And not only that, he's a European finalist. And recently, he broke the record by pulling an 8-ton truck. So let's welcome Kevin Brown on the show. Kevin, welcome on the show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
People's People, it's all about people like yourself who, who has achieved in life. They have inspired a lot of people as well, and they're great motivation and inspiration. So, first of all, let me start with your background, basically. Talk us through to your background. What was it like, your childhood, and what were you like at school, and how did you get into this field?
Okay. Back in the 70s, because I'm actually 46 now, 47 this year.
Great.
So, thank you. It was a little difficult, my parents found it a little bit hard to get on and, things like that. So it was very difficult actually growing up at that time. So the only thing that a lot of us were quite good at was actually sports. So, the academic side of things was put to one side just to support the school at the time. So this is how I more or less started. But I started actually as a rugby player, so yeah. And then when the season finished and went over to track and field, I was a little bit too big to do sprinting, but I was okay, but I couldn't do the full 100 meters. So then the PE teacher introduced us for discus throwing and javelin. So I took to discus like a duck to water. Picked up discus, threw it over the school fence, couldn't find a discus. So this is how my career started. Yeah.
It's a great one. They couldn't find that.
No.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, were there ever any other avenues that you thought your career would have gone?
Yeah, again, when the rugby season started again, because I was quite big and powerful, it was a little bit frustrating for me because then you would be part of a team. So my situation was that I was more focused as an individual. So I tried a little bit of boxing. I didn't like being punched in the head. So, but discus was really my real baby as such, because then I took responsibility for myself, my own training, my nutrition, everything. So yeah.
Now, when you start your career, obviously, any sports personality or anyone out there, it's very hard, and the most important thing is to get noticed.
Right.
Right. What did you do to get noticed, or say, in other words, I can say that what did you do to stand out and make yourself get noticed?
Well, towards the middle of my career, I did a lot of charity things. So I think it's very important for the athletes to get involved with charity, because it's all about putting back into the actual community. Because obviously they supported you to get there, so why not put back? Because I believe in karma, and if you invest into people, people will also will invest into you as well. So I have an internal policy that I always donate something to charity once a year at least. I've helped out people in wheelchairs to do like the London Marathon. I got my own health club to support them as well. We raised thousands of pounds, and the last world record I did, which was pulling an 8-ton truck, we raised 50,000 for charity.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, tell me a little bit about that. Actually, 8-ton truck. Now that is huge if you think about it. How did you do that, or what made you do that?
Well, everybody knows that the 100 meters is the blue ribbon of track and field, even the actual Olympic Games, because you can guarantee if it's not the World Cup final, it's the 100 meters, yeah? So what I did, I actually used the Power of Association and thought, well, who out there has actually pulled an 8-ton truck of 100 meters, right? And I want to see if I can actually break the record. Now, I was thinking about doing a car or doing like, or a bus or something like that, yeah? But anyway, my friend owns a haulage company, And we decided to link it together with the school and contact the Guinness Book of Records. The only person who's actually done it was this American guy, and he did it in 4 minutes 10 seconds. I actually pulled it in 2 minutes 21 seconds and smashed it. Yeah,
Great.
literally cut it straight in half. Yeah.
And now, obviously, while we're talking about this, because there's another plan
Yeah, there is, yeah.
that's in the pipeline as well.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about that as well?
Okay, because obviously we've got the Olympics next year, Birmingham Airport is actually, we'll be doing shuttle flights from people from Birmingham straight down to London. And also the American team were based here, the Jamaican team, and I'm not too sure about the Canadian team, but no, those definitely the two main countries will be based in Birmingham. So there'll be flights every 3 or 4 minutes, be going straight to actual London. So they've wanted me to help to open up this new runway. So they was so impressed with my truck pull. So they says, well, why can't you pull one of our chartered flights? So, but also Range Rover wants to get involved as well. So at the moment, this is going to be a little bit of a challenge. It's going to be a pound for pound race, me against the new 2011 Range Rover. So for every pound or every kilo this car weighs, it has to go back 1 meter. So then we're going to start. Hopefully, we should finish together. So it's going to be a big challenge.
I think that's
good.
great. I think
Yeah.
well, what we can do is on Sangat TV team, we can sit in the chartered plane
Yeah.
and then enjoy a bit of a bit of flight as well while you're
Right.
pulling it.
Yeah.
So that'll be a great idea. Well,
Yeah,
good luck
because-
to you.
Yeah, thank you
I'm
very
sure
much.
you can do that.
Uh-huh.
Now, Kevin, in career or in anyone's life, obviously motivation and inspiration, these are the two really important things.
Right.
Now, were there ever times in your career or your life where you lacked motivation? I mean, if so, who drove you,
Right.
Onwards to do stuff?
There's several different things. Motivation has to come within. Yeah. There's achievement and fulfillment. Yeah. Fulfillment is actually from inside. And you need to keep that fire burning from inside. So in other words, you've got to change the way you're thinking, you change your paradigm almost every 2 weeks. So what I've done, because I'm a fitness instructor and I own my own gym as well, I tell a lot of my clients, never stick with the same routine, right? Always change it every 2 weeks. The reason why is to keep your body guessing. Yeah, so that way you achieve your goals much quicker. It's exactly the same as the mind as well. So what keeps me motivated is the fact that I use all different size discuses, yeah, for different weights. So when I hit a plateau where I'm not going further enough, I'll use a heavier discus and use it for part of my weight training. So it makes my training a little bit more interesting. So and also from the spiritual point as well, because I'm coming from a Christian background. I always consult God before I do anything out there, sport-wise, business-wise, relationship, everything.
I think that's really important.
Yeah.
I mean, whichever background you're from, whether you're from obviously Sikhism, Christianity, Muslim, Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, it's always good because spiritualism is really important.
It's very, very important, especially for me as well. I have a internal code of conduct, is that life is a blessing from God. What you become is a blessing to God.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So if you're fine, show a little bit of appreciation. Look after your body. Be the best you can.
Great. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, who would you say are your inspirations?
One boxer really was Evander Holyfield.
Great.
Yeah, he's
Great
absolutely amazing. He's got an awesome physique. His attitude from start to finish. I mean, I remember always going for a world title. I think I'm not too sure if it was against Tyson at the time. He was in church, singing the gospel and everything else. He was having a great time. Where most guys would be like wondering how he's going to get through the next fight. He didn't care because at the end of the day, he just trusted the Lord and yeah, he's fine. So. But I've always said that if you knew what stands beside you on a daily basis, you would never fear. So, yeah, you really inspires me.
Now, talking about inspiration, there is an inspirational story in your life as well when you went for the Canadian
All right.
Championships.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like you to actually tell all the youngsters a
Okay.
little bit about that story.
All right. Okay.
What had happened?
Right. What happened was that it was during the same time as the Winter Olympics. Yeah. So we had the World Masters indoor games at the same time as the Winter Olympics. So you can imagine the airport. It was just crazy, right? And obviously they didn't have the manpower, so they had a lot of volunteers. So anyway, I had to come from London to Chicago, and then straight from Chicago to Victoria, and then from there to Kamloops. So what happened was that they lost my luggage in Chicago. So anyway, they would call me every 2 hours at the hotel. Oh, Mr. Brown, we've located your luggage. Don't worry about it. So anyway, cut long story short, 3 days later, I still didn't have any luggage. So I thought, you know what? Let's just change my thinking, change my paradigm. I've got to be in the bus in 10 minutes. I've got to get to the stadium, right? I've done no training. I had no kit. So I had to borrow one of my Canadian friends' discus shoes, and I had to get my team manager to give me a Great Britain vest with my numbers. That was it. I had no trousers, nothing. So anyway, I had to compete in my jeans. So I had to compete in my jeans. The official says to me, Mr. Brown, you're not dressed for the competition. We're going out into the field. I says, yes, I am. Here's my numbers, here's my vest. And that was it. So I competed, and I just knew within my mind, within my heart, that I was going to win the games. So, because I'd done my training, and I just had to change my paradigm and says, you know what, I'm here now. Don't worry about my kit. I've got a job to do. I'm going to bring back the gold medal for Great Britain, and I won.
Wow,
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant and fantastic.
Thank you.
mean, when I heard that story, I was like thinking that, is this for real?
Yeah.
Because how can you compete, at the World Championships in your jeans, in your denim, and you
Right.
still will win a gold medal for
Yeah.
your country?
Right.
That's absolutely brilliant and fantastic. So this is what we call, how we say, where there's a will, there's a way. A lot of us out there, we always make excuses. Oh, we can't do that. I ain't got the motivation. No one's supporting me. I lack funds. I lack this. I lack that. But well, once again, where there's a will, there is a way. And example, well, he's here in the studio right now. Now, can we go through your medals?
Yeah,
please?
sure, no problem. Okay, this is the very first gold medal that I've won. This is from Linz in Austria.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 2006, the World Indoors Masters, and I was very, very happy with this one. And I thought, well, if I can do this, I should be able to win the World Outdoors, which is going to be in Italy.
Great.
So, and then 2007 was again the gold medal as well for
In Italy, eh?
in Italy. Yeah, this is in Rimini.
Okay.
Yeah, Rimini. Yeah, and that was a great achievement. This one is actually from Sydney, and I would like to dedicate this one to my wife, Jenny. Right.
Lovely.
Yeah, because she's been really supporting me. During that time, I cut a long story short, yeah, I met Jenny online, engaged with her when I first met her, second day, right, crazy. So that was in 2009, and I knew at that time that I had the very important games. Now, the Olympics in 2000 didn't do very well because I had problems at home and things like that, so I had to come back to the UK. And this was my second opportunity to do something in Sydney for the first time. So Jenny really supported me and being there for me as my fiance at the time, and she looked after the business while I just stayed focused on the actual games. And I want to dedicate this gold medal to my wife. She's been very supportive. So this has been awesome.